I thought they were faultless. They've got this natural variation that is making it so difficult for England batsmen.
Hi everybody, welcome to Outside Edge. This is our look at the first day's play in the final test match between India and England over in Ahmedabad. We hope you enjoy the next 15 minutes or so. Remember to like and subscribe.
Start again after a long drinks break. That's horribly close and that's out. Absolutely stone dead LBW.
Sundar in around the wicket, takes Stokes on the pad. Stokes' head goes down, he knows what's coming next.
Now, Steve Harmison is alongside me. Harmy, England won the toss, chose to bat. Everybody delighted at the opportunity, but it's the old story. It's only an opportunity. You've got to take it. Bowled out for 205. What do you make of that?
Yeah, not good, not enough, not good enough. Shot selection, lot to be desired. Shot execution, lot to be desired. I think England have had a pretty poor day, to be honest. I think, have they get the team right? They got the toss right. Have they got the team right? Ben Stokes looked as though he was starting to get going and getting in. And Dan Lawrence was probably the pick of England performance today.
To be out for 205 is not good enough. Not blaming the pitch, it's an absolute belter so far. It's where it should be on day one. No real dusting. A little bit in it for the seamer, a little bit in it for the spinner. If you bat well, you should be able to get runs on the board. You're looking at mid 300, would have been probably about par. England 205 not out, and now they're in a position where they've won the toss. They're out on the field on the first day with one recognised out-and-out seamer in their lineup. Now, knowing India and the way they play, they might look to get through tonight because there's not much, 10 or 12 overs or something left. But come tomorrow and they start batting, I think they'll go after one of the spinners. I think it'll be Dom Bess.
Pretty critical of certain things, not least selection. Thought it was wrong that we didn't go in with a second specialist bowler. He wanted it to be an all-rounder, such as Chris Wokes or Sam Curran perhaps. You didn't agree with him on that?
No, I didn't. I think in the subcontinent, and I think what we found over the last few years, England overseas, they probably lacked that quick bowler. That's somebody that, if the wicket gets flat, we can get something that's happening and when nothing is happening. And time will tell tomorrow. That's going to be lunchtime tomorrow. If Roberts in and Kohli's going well, then all of a sudden, if the spinners aren't being as effective, then I think the Archer, Wood or Stone, that option, that's the option I would like England to have, one of them up my sleeve, just to give me 3 or 4 overs to go and do that. So they haven't got that. Well, hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Well, the reason they haven't got it, Harmy, is that they chose Dan Lawrence, the number 7 batsman. He played great, made 46, and showed all that spirit of youth in his innings. He
did. I thought he batted beautifully. But if you're picking a batsman to bat 7 and Folkes is a wicket-keeper batsman. Folkes can bat. He's a good enough batsman. I don't buy into this argument that he's in for his glove work. I think his all-round package is as the numbers stack up. So him coming in at number 8 doesn't make sense for me because if 6 batsmen and 7 batsmen is not enough, one more, I just think you're copping out a little bit. So I think England's failures in the last 2 tests at the top of the order and not being able to get 200 on the board, I think that has gone with their selection and they've gone down the safety route. And hopefully tomorrow afternoon they'll not be wanting that extra seam bowler.
All right, let's turn our attention to India, who had a really good day. In fact, Goffey thought it was the best he'd seen them bowl collectively in the series.
I thought they were faultless. I really did. I couldn't think of probably the only two negative things that Virat had from his team all day was he lost the toss and Shubman Gill got out early. I thought his seamers bowled beautifully at the start. Sharma taking it in, Siraj taking it away. I thought his spin bowlers attacked. They've got this natural variation that is making it so difficult for England batsmen, where they're getting the odd one to grip either way, and then the one that goes straight on is the one that seems to be causing everybody sort of an issue. So, and then the 5th bowler that he's got, Sundar, gets best player out, the guy who's got the most runs. So everything worked for Virat Kohli and his bowling unit. So Goffey, I'll agree with Goffey on this one. I think he's right. India had a really, really good day with the ball.
Okay, returning to the subject of selection, you'll be interested to hear a view from India, because the former Indian opening batsman, good little player he was too, Akash Chopra, is part of our team. Let's have a listen.
Very defensive move, Mark. And yes, it may be an overreaction to what happened in the previous game. You don't want anybody to, like, you don't pick someone to make sure that there is somebody who can bat at number 9. So Dom Bess is a fairly decent batsman. He's batting at 9. And that just does not sound right. In fact, from India's perspective as well, I'm once again, it's slightly off-field selection. Washington Sundar played the last game, I know, but he bowled only 4 balls. But he did play the first game and got dropped because he didn't pick up wickets. So I personally felt that Kuldeep Yadav should have played. Of course, 2 wrongs won't make a right, and it may not be fair on either of them. But if you are looking to pick 20 wickets, you pick your best bowlers. You pick at least 4, if not 5. England have gone in the direction of only 3. India has picked 4.5. So it's slightly defensive mindset.
Okay, pretty strong views from Akash. He's not living within English cricket, and he doesn't know how this year stretches out with so much cricket in so many formats, and therefore the demands on the selectors and players are immense. Do you sort of excuse the inconsistency of selection of late with the need to look after people through, the concerns about bubble life and the amount of cricket they're going to play this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I am sympathy, somebody who had a lot of struggles overseas and away from home. I think there's 2 sides of this argument. There's a side of the argument saying that, from resting and rotation and looking after people, but I think a lot of ex-players are wanting to know or criticising why we're not prioritising test match cricket. So why has the best players not been put together and said, right, you 16 are going to take these 6 test matches on? 2 in Sri Lanka, 4 in India. This is our best 16 players, giving us the best chance to win in 4 or 5 out of that. And that hasn't really worked. We've got Josh Butler going home after 1 test. Johnny Bairstow's gone. Chris Woakes has gone now. Sam Curran has not been able to get back. All that there, for me, is they're looking at World 2020 in the Ashes. That's a long, long way away. So I have sympathy, and I think it's right that we're looking after players, well-being. But actually, I think you could have done it better in such a way, prioritise trying to win this test match series, because this is a huge year, 9 months for England with the Red Bull.
I suppose the answer is that, it's all new. And it's very difficult to make decisions about new things and get all of them right. So I too, a bit like Steve, have some sympathy with the the stretch out in front of the England selectors for the rest of the year. It'll be very interesting to see what they do for the start of the home summer, when New Zealand have a couple of test matches in June, for example. Anyway, let's turn to something lighter, because the 2:30 alarm call, that's hard work. Occasionally you need something to lift the spirit and even the taste bud. You have no idea how much Indian food was there. You have no idea how many options there were. You have no idea how people flooded to attack it. We had people who we'd never seen work at talkSPORT before, raiding that curry of ours. Not quite true. But we had a good time with it, and everybody enjoyed it. Eh?
Everybody did enjoy it. It was a welcome surprise. And when you talk about the volume, and I think they must have had a tip-off that Darren Gough and Steve Harmison were in the commentary team for this test match. So they sent a little bit extra for the 2 big lads. They sent a side salad, so it must have been for you, Mark, and not for me or Darren.
So the question is, all right, here's the big question. Have you ever eaten a curry at 6 o'clock in the morning before?
Not sober. Not sober. 8 bottles. Well, I think we were just short of about 8 bottles of Cobra, and that was just for me.
And that was just after midnight. That's not the cocktails at all. Okay, so you're having a laugh. We might as well make the laugh really big. Have a listen to this.
That goes Folkes. One of the reasons Folkes plays spin so well is he plays it so calmly. You never see him rushed. Nice soft grip on the bat means he's not pushing hard at the ball. And he doesn't look wary of it. I'm not saying he won't get out, but he doesn't look as if it frightens him in any way. Oh, he has got out.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry. I've done that before. I've been the curse on a few occasions. talking about somebody looking in good nick and then getting them out. Anyway, he's out. England were all out for 205. 24 for 1. Throw it forward to tomorrow. There's something in the pitch, isn't there?
Something there. England have a good start, first session tomorrow, and it's all to play for. But unfortunately, if India are still batting by this time tomorrow night, I think we could be looking at a 3-1 victory to India, and then India play New Zealand in the Test Championship.
Okay, thanks very much, Steve Harmison. Thanks to all of you for watching us. I know that the numbers have gone up, which is always encouraging. This is Outside Edge. Do like and subscribe. Until tomorrow from us, me and Steve. Bye-bye.